Good evening, everybody. My name is Majdarkwolf. Welcome to the channel. I mostly post Fortnite content with the occasional blog. For those who don't know, I'm autistic, and this is extremely hard for me to do either tasks, and or to even talk is sometimes difficult for me, even to someone over the internet, face to, not even face to face. I'm not even face to face to these random guys, and I can't talk to them. But moving on from there, now that I get off subject like normal, today's tutorial is going to be an epic Twine Peaks home base tutorial that will save you. Well, it saved me around 200 structures from my old build, and it should save you a lot of structures if you haven't already stumbled upon this excellent build. Now, as you see, this isn't going to be a complete step-by-step, but I am going to be highlighting some of the main builds. Like that top part there is pretty explanatory. That's going to do a minimum job of preventing the slingers from slinging, but it's not going to stop them. But if you build it like this, you will save structures, and the home base always gets hit on wave 1, and there's a random wave further on down that it gets hit. So as far as I know, the home base only gets hit twice. That's why you can use the minimum structure. Like for instance, I have a massive amount of block off I need to remove there. The basic block off they're going for is 4 doors blocking the top of the ramps. This detours them to go around this mountain over here. And stay tuned to the end where I'll show you my reversion of it. I'm going to rebuild this on my base. And it's just a simple pusher with the tar traps to slow down any smashers and whatnot. I'm assuming that's just to keep the assassin husks from smacking stuff. And the pathing, they'll go along here, they'll fall down here, and then they'll just recycle around this mountain over and over again. And eventually they'll die and respawn. And some of the other block off, you'll have to have, for some reason they do some kind of weird door thing. I don't know if this is a tactic or if that's a previous thing. And I am not going to even tell you how epic. I will show you later on in probably a few days their second wave. Alright, moving on. As I said, I was going to rebuild this, and I rebuilt it and tested it several times in the last 3 days. And I was off work too, and I thought I could burn this out in a day and fix it up. But I get distracted, and it took me 3 days to build this right here and test it. If I didn't test it, and if I just built it, then yeah. But I had to make sure that the pathing was right. And yeah, as you see, the enemies will they'll walk into that tunnel area. And if they don't walk into the tunnel area, the pushers are going to push them down into that little tunnel area. And then they're going to walk around the edge. Now, I was messing around. Since I had extra structures, I built an extra thing that was not on the original guy's build. He did not have a massive little walking thing over here. He was basically despawning them. If they fall down there and they do not have a way up, they will despawn. And I didn't want that. I wanted them to walk around for at least another minute. So I went ahead and added an extra little ramp that isn't necessary, nor am I saying you need to build this. And they're tracking toward me right now is why they're heading toward this mountain area. But if they weren't tracking toward me, they would climb up that ramp or stairway that I built them for them, and then they'll just get pushed back down with the 2 wall launchers I have, which have 2 different timings on them. which if you know the timing on, there's 3 traps that you can basically stop them with. What I'm getting off subject again. I covered that in a different video. You can find that in my videos. If you find it, I believe I have about 400 videos on the YouTubes, believe it or not. And they are not all bangers. If they were bangers, I would have more than 800 subscribers. Speaking of subscribing, if you're not already a subscriber, consider subscribing. It's free. You could always unsubscribe later on once I blog too much. And stay tuned for more updates on the Twine Peak